All right, all right. Welcome, 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 you guys. We are going live with this. We have some exciting things are happening. Hi, my name is Danielle Ervin, and I am the founder and CEO of Ervin Management Group, where we serve entrepreneurs and faith-based organizations to help start, structure, and scale their business by way of bookkeeping, tax preparation and planning, and leadership development. Now, what I normally do is initially, when I come in contact with referrals and new clients, you will have an opportunity right quick. I'm going to minimize this screen. So I want you guys to see, all right, what I'm doing. So okay, no, I better leave that alone. Let me leave that alone, you guys. Well, you can go to urbanmanagementgroup.com, click to the link that say contact page, and answer those quick questions and submit your information. And when we get the report, my virtual assistant will forward that to me, okay? And then we can be able to schedule a consultation, which will be, I always allow individuals to share their heart with me and their desires or where they want to be. First of all, where they are, where would they like to be, okay? And then I will just briefly follow back up with the questions that you discuss or the conversation that we are speaking, right? And from there, if you want to continue on with the consultation, then the consultation fee is sent to you with a plan how we can go forward to meet that end destination. Okay, that's the first service. The next service we have is the tax preparation service, and then we have the leadership development service, which will be coaching or mentoring. It depends on what you need done, all right, within your business venture. My goal this year is to reach 100 small businesses. And within that category of small businesses, you have it's an umbrella, okay? So let's look at it as a tier 3. You have sole proprietors, right? Entrepreneurs that have various industries that they market in, all right? And then you literally have a company or a structure company that may have employees or independent contractors that you facilitate. So when they say small business, you can fall underneath those 3 tiers. A lot of times that I've seen or even read through email communications is some individuals not even sure what tier they fall underneath. They just know they're doing business, they need financial help, or they need their taxes done with their business on it, and they need some type of structure or guidance to help them. And so that's what Ervin Management Group is all about. And I have other services that I provide. Just go to urbanmanagementgroup.com. You'll see the link underneath the description of this video that will help you, all right, to have more clarity on what you need. But mainly, I want you guys to see what's happening. That's why I encourage you to be proactive with your life, period. Okay, let's be proactive with our lives, all right? The things that we used to just think we can just do and get by in the coast, I'm just decreeing and declaring that no more coasting. We're going to become the CEOs that God wants us to be. All right. We're going to become the professionals. Not saying that you're perfect, but we are going to focus to by the end of this year. And I have a 12-week course that's coming up that by December, Come on, you guys. We want to be able to say, have a good Christmas, all right, or a good fourth quarter in our business, in a good fourth quarter, even with your life. If we can start, if you can streamline and get that mind shift change, I guarantee you, you can put those same principles for everything that you need done in your life, period. That's the honest truth. And I'm going by even what I experienced all the years back, that the things that I've been, you know, the Holy Ghost had put me in check. In those shortcuts, daughter, stop coasting. It's time to get busy. This is the real deal. This is the end game. Whoa. All right. And honestly, when I really got serious and I cut out all the unnecessary jargon, the unnecessary conversations, you know, no harm done to no one. But when I had to focus and have my mindset on a certain target, things began to happen. My business began to become even credible, to the point where my business was able to obtain funding to help it stand on its own bottom. My business is now fundable on paper to others when I present my company, to obtain more resources to grow. And that's what I want for you. So it's not about, oh, Dr. D, she don't have time no more. Oh, Dr. D, you know, I'm trying to get in touch with her. Okay, are you really trying to get in touch with Dr. D of Ervin Management Group? Are you trying to get in touch with Dr. D that you just want to yang with? Because that yang is not here no more. We got to get busy, you guys. All right. So see this information right here? The Treasury just announced a plan. Now, this was done in April, but I'm going to tell you right now, the money's been released now. They just mentioning it more, but the press release have been out already, and they make an announcement. They still have to go through the different litigations and the paperwork to make sure that the money is divided appropriately to each state that's allocated. That's why the census was so important. And they really cheated per se on the census, because they didn't complete that census on that timely manner. And due to COVID, they say, but how can you make adjustments? That's a whole nother rant. How can you make adjustments and say, okay, now we have the appropriate numbers to know where this money have to be dispersed? No, because that was unfair to communities, to neighborhoods. And that's why I'm showing you guys this, because now you're going to have to be more proactive. I don't care who you're paying to coach you or mentor you. They're only going to guide you in a direction that you need to be. But at the end of everything, you have to be proactive with your own life. You're going to have to be proactive with your business. You're going to have to buckle up, you know, put them shoulders back, and let's get busy. Now, the Treasury announced that they have released $300 million in technical assistance to the undeserved entrepreneurs and very small businesses through the State Small Business Credit Initiative. Where can you find this? Whatever state that you living in, you go to that state website. Like Texas, I'm gonna show you guys. You can go into Texas, the state of Texas, the state comptroller, and see where they have all the new fundings, all the new opportunities for businesses, all the new regulations have been updated. Okay, yeah. Formations, regulations, stipulations, all of that has been redefined. Okay, so what we used to do 5-6 years ago with our business, no more. We got to step it up. And we want to thank all the fraudulent people of the PPP experience. y'all thank them for that. So when you see somebody that was part of fraud, say, you know what, have mercy on you. Yeah, because now they are being very meticulous in the admissions, the application submissions that will be requesting funding, help with your business or your nonprofit. You're going to have to present more documentations to meet the eligibility. But I just want y'all to see that it's here. Now, I try to, I recorded part. Let me see if I can minimize this, go on my desktop. So y'all can see the videos. Oh, look, I'm showing y'all all my little pictures. Okay, so I want to see, I want y'all to hear this. Okay, why it's not playing? Oh, here it goes. Now, this was today.
Applications that we have worked with our district office on, and while there are some, I don't want to use the word questions, but there are some disparities, but they are in, you know, at least one case as simple as an email address that was different. So I guess you haven't convinced me that, and while I recognize that there are some cases that, you know, for various reasons, human error don't get reviewed in the same way that we would all like, I'm still concerned that we have businesses out there that qualify that are not being acknowledged by SBA. So I don't know how to resolve some of those cases, but I do think it's a concern, and it's an ongoing concern. And as Senator Rosen talked about trust, I think that is a real issue that many of our small businesses still have at this point.
I'm going to follow up on some of Senator Shaheen's point. I just want to acknowledge that we spent a lot of time together in developing these programs with Senator Rubio and Senator Collins. And we really did want to get money out quickly. And we recognized that the verification systems would be lax, because if we had to go through all the verification systems, the businesses would be shuttered and closed for good. So we knew that there was going to be some challenges in doing this when we created the program. I'm also going to follow up with some of Senator Shaheen's points about individuals that are not, they have followed the rules and they haven't gotten the clarity that you've given us today. But first, let me just point out on waste, fraud, and abuse, because I agree. Look, we want to get money out quickly. We don't want to see any waste, fraud, or abuse, but we want to get money out quickly. And when you look at the size of the PPP program and the EIDL programs and the restaurant program, the sort of venue program, the amount of fraud is very, very small. So let's be clear about that. We want to see it at 0%, but the percentages are very, very small. And under waste, fraud, and abuse or mistake, a lot of this is not fraud, as you pointed out. And we should recognize that small businesses do not have the same degree of capacity that large companies have. And at times mistakes are made. They're not intended. And we have to correct that. But let's not call it fraud when it's not fraud. So I just really want to clarify those points and also compliment this administration for having much more transparency. We have gotten much more information. I know Senator Ernst might get a little upset about this. It wasn't a high bar to meet under the Trump administration because they just didn't make anything available to us. But we do appreciate the fact that it's been a much more open process under this administration. So now let me get to the main thrust of today's hearing. So it is clear that the SBA did send out communications saying that applications were being denied because of lack of resources. But as you have clarified today, that is not the case, correct?
Yes. in all of those instances, both of those messages, I believe, were communicated to the borrower.
So now we have 125,000 eligible small businesses that have been informed that they're entitled to receive additional loan money. And your testimony today is it's up to those applicants to get the
Listen.
documentation in order to complete the settlement of those loans.
It's up to any borrowers to close a loan. So they have to sign the note. They have to sign the ancillary documents to the note. So they're not providing any additional documentation for any approval or anything. What we are waiting. So if you bought a house or remember the big closing table and the big stack of like that's what they've got to execute. So they just have not done that yet.
Yes,
And,
I just really want to emphasize what Senator Shaheen has said. We'll give you chapter and verse. I think we've already given you these casework cases. We have several that have come to my attention where that's not the case.
Right, exactly.
The burden is on the SBA to complete the closing, not on the person. They have done that and they're still waiting for their check.
Right.
So there's yet another issue with what you just opened up. So I agree that but for the borrower agreeing to take the note, right? So like they have to sign to be the borrower. We're responsible for closing the loans in association with them. So for the 125,000, including with the district offices, we are executing the closing, and it's at the discretion of the borrower to execute that. And yes, we have seen from your office and others that there was confusion for those folks, right, who do have funding. And I want to reiterate again, their money is there. They can execute the closing, and we will assist them with that closing. Once they have executed the documents, the money goes on a schedule over to Treasury for the ACH into the designated bank account. There are issues with those bank accounts where the banks, where the account is located, are bouncing back our disbursements. And I don't know the exact reasons from each institution. One of the reasons that is cited most often is the opinion of the bank that commercial activity for this account is not recognized, and therefore they are flagging it as suspicious.
I understand exactly what you're saying, and I recognize that, and that's one of the points I think some of our
Wow.
colleagues mentioned. There are better systems out there that would have dealt with this, and we're dealing with two agencies, Treasury and then SBA, and that's a challenge also. My plea to you is provide the leadership and resources to get these resolved.
Yeah.
These are people that are frustrated, they need their money. In one case, it was the bank account only accepted checks up to a certain amount, and they had a higher check coming in, so they set up a separate account, and it took them forever, and they still haven't completed getting that routing into the system so the money actually could get there. Yes, you know, these are small businesses. They need
Yes,
help. So
yes.
please resolve these issues, get the resources, and get it done. And they have been given inconsistent information over time. At one point, they thought the money wasn't there, and many of them were giving up. So please provide the services they need so we can get that 125,000. Those that want to take out the loan, that they can complete the loan process and stop calling our offices would be very helpful. So appreciate if you would follow up on that.
Yes, and 100%, I hear you. 100%, we will redouble our efforts, and for all of those bank account bounce, just like the closing, we will work those to.
Y'all hear what he's saying?
We will work with that particular borrower to get that money, and that money remains theirs even if it bounced back.
Now to the 41,000 potential that we're informed either directly or through communications generally that these loans are unworkable. Not that they were denied, but that they were unworkable, as I understand it. And I understand why that a lot of these, they could not get the verifications that are required. They hadn't filed their tax returns, all those issues that have to be done for them to be able to get their loans completed. I recognize that, but unworkable is not denied.
Sure.
And and some of these, many of these, according to the casework notes that we have, they think that they have given the adequate information or that they can supply the adequate information, but they haven't gotten that ability to do that because of the way the system is set up. So I would just urge you, to those that do have claims that can be adjudicated in a positive way, either reconsideration or an increased loan amount or whatever they have filed, let's try to get those resolved. And given it, the numbers are getting small enough that it seems to me that we should be able to handle those with the type of service that we would expect from the SBA. So just urge us to try to resolve that. For those that are truly not eligible, you're gonna have to bite the bullet and give them determination so that they can move on or file an appeal. So I just, it would seem to me you have to complete these. And I don't want any I don't want you to deny an application that has merit because you want to get it off the books.
Right.
I'm happy to keep it open if there's a possibility for successful conclusion for the small business owner, but they need to know there has to be a time.
Yeah. So, understood. I understand the urgency. I understand what the objective and mission is. So one thing that I do want to make the chairman aware of and members is that from the point of first disbursement, a borrower has 24 months to seek a loan increase. So as of July, 80% of that universe told. So it's August 2nd today. So 80% of that universe can no longer seek a loan increase. By October, that number will be in excess of 90%. By the end of the year, it'll be zero.
I just point out, I've been told that 24-month period is not statutory. You can waive that 24 months if you wanted to.
Sure. I understand the number.
Okay, so I need to get on the record so I understand. May 6th was the cutoff date for modifications, etc.
Okay, you guys, so that's enough for that one. I want you guys to understand what's happening. Okay, I want you to understand what's happening. Okay, so what's happening today was another hearing. They've been back and forth since April, not just for the letter that I just showed you guys about the technical assistance. That's a whole nother pocket, all right? And one thing I want you all to realize that they mentioned about the tax returns. All right, my thing is, and I had submitted, I don't know if I introduced, yeah, I think I introduced myself, but I'm also, Ervin Management Group have been certified as a women-owned small business. We also part of the Women Business Enterprise Network. We also have been certified for the Texas Hub. And I'm also part of the National Small Business Association Leadership Council member. So I am part of that. And that's why I have access to a lot of the hearings. And so my whole goal is to enhance and enhance your awareness on what's happening on the back end financially while you building your business. So I'm not just throwing stuff out to you guys. I'm letting you hear what I've been saying, but some still playing. Okay, they are fighting up in the administration to get you guys your funds. I have people that I assisted with the applications for free. They pay me a servant's consultant fee to guide them. And literally, I have done applications for individuals, but I also seen where some got upset because they didn't get their money on time and SBA didn't respond. Well, you just heard what the man was saying. That was only one part. I have like 3 different segments that I'm going to share on another video that they went into details for every pocket. Okay. And so my main thing with everyone, anybody that's hearing my voice, that's watching this video, don't forget to subscribe. Come on, I need some volume going on, some momentum going on now. It's picking up. Ervin Management Group had a YouTube channel. I established it this year, and it's picking up, and I know it's going to pick up even more because some things about to explode. And, you know, I understand people don't like to jump on board until they really see, you know, they want to get connected with things that, you know, but sometimes that'll bite you. All right. You put your own, you bite yourself when you're waiting. But anyway, so that's why I encourage a lot of my clients and people who send me emails and call me, not only be proactive, be patient, and don't give up. It don't make no sense for you to be all upset and be, but this person did this and I ain't getting no response and yada yada, I want to know what happened. Okay, it's August 2nd. You heard the man today. This hearing was this morning. And you hear what they're saying. There are 125,000 applicants that's still waiting for a response after they didn't fill out their other information. There's 41,000 loans that they have not even touched and responded. You heard him reply to that also. So why are you getting mad with your consultant? Why are you getting mad with your with the individual that's really trying to be a blessing to you? Why? Why get frustrated? You need to get frustrated with yourself. I'm just gonna be blunt. I don't have time to play patty cake with nobody no more. Okay, I understand. I'm a whole different breed, but I'm here to help you get structured because the delays that occurred in my business and by being on the phone calls, sending the letters to the senators, talking to the councilmen, I learned how to properly write stuff down on paper, okay, and submit it and follow back up on it. All right. And this is what you guys are going to have to do. A lot of you all, and I showed it with some people, a lot of you all, those emails, like they were talking about the emails, those emails are go and spam. And just because you don't see it, you feel like they ain't answer. If you open up your email and type in SBA, everything from SBA going to pop up. You need to find out that them dates and look for when they sent you an invitation to be reconsidered or have increase in the loan that you already had. See, and that's what they're talking about. You may fall into one of those where really it was 3 categories. Now, the main thing in my time is speeding up. My main thing is for me to share with you all. Okay, let's buckle down, you all. Okay. I've seen when people unsubscribe and they send me an email. You ain't helped me get my money but no, I'm not the loan officer. I'm just the administrator to assist you, or your counselor or your consultant, not counselor, your consultant, to tell you what you need to do. I had one individual that I literally asked this person, okay, did you do any EIDL loans for COVID? Oh, I ain't do none of that. I didn't do none of that. I said, okay, so we're good. So I put this application in for you, because no refunds. You just paying me for my time, my service. So I put this application in for you. SBA is not going to reply back to me because I'm going to have my company name on there so it can get through. And SBA sent me a warning about this application, this business EIN number have submitted several loans and it's now in what they call it. They being polite, not so much fraud, but it's been flagged. That's what they say. This business EIN number have been flagged. And so I shared it with the person. It's like, oh no, I gotta find out for my partner. Your partner? Well, you didn't say nothing about a partner. And come to find out, the partner filed, received money, and they didn't even know nothing about it. You gotta watch out too when you have partners. You guys have to collaborate with each other, because even though you're partners, you're doing things separate. You still underneath that one umbrella, so it's still one, even though it's 2 of you guys. and one can hurt the other if you're not in harmony with each other. Okay. So I'm gonna have the links. Click the link. If you need help striving to see if you even qualify for the future, because I'm gonna go on the next one of these videos will pop up to prepare you for the next group of money. Matter of fact, they have money already being allocating a pot of money right now that's from that letter that I showed you about the Treasury. That was only $300 million. They have dispersed $8.3 billion for business recovery. They changed the name. It's not like a PPP or EIDL, but it is a grant. But you have to file, especially in the state of Texas, you have to file according to your NACA number. Okay, that's the NAICS. If you don't know what that number is, that means you have not been filing your taxes with your business, and your tax preparer or your CPA, something happened where you don't even know what category you fall into. That's another hindrance that I found, that other people have been ineligible because they don't understand. All right. So until then, follow the next video. I'm going to stay up. I'm probably going to do another video to go in more details, but this is just like an alert. And I just want you guys to know that, hey, let's be on the Q&Q. If you had an EIDL loan in reconsideration, go back and check your emails. If not, I'm gonna have a letter that you can submit to them, but they striving right now. They're saying that the money is still there for you. You have to be proactive. I will go back to that last email with that loan officer, that 1-800 number, and call them and say, according to the August 2nd hearing, that my funds should have been released to me. I need to find out where's my money. And be nice to the people. Okay, don't be all fussy, you know, and arrogant, because they can really deny you. They saying that, oh, I'm looking on here, but they can make notes. Okay, so be very nice, but let them know the urgency. You know, look, I put in my letters, you guys, my company is hemorrhaging. I need working capital ASAP. I've been waiting since 2020. No, seriously. I was waiting till 2020 for my business to receive funding, and I didn't receive my funding until January 2022. Yes, that was almost a year and a half, what? 21 years, almost 2 years. Well, I'd say about 18 months, 19 months. So come on, you guys. We got to be proactive, okay? Well, this is Dr. D once again, and I always leave you with this. Are you in business or is it a hobby? Come on. All right. Hi.